And tonight we're starting with breaking news. Violence in Louisville, Kentucky. 2 officers have been shot during protests tonight over a grand jury's decision about charges in the death of Breonna Taylor. We just learned one of those officers is undergoing surgery, but both are expected to recover. And we also learned that police now have 1 suspect in custody. Some of the protesters have been setting fires in downtown Louisville after that grand jury decision not to indict any officers in Taylor's death.
Instead, former officer Brett Hankison is accused of putting Taylor's neighbors in danger because some of the bullets from his gun went through the apartment wall. So why were these criminal charges handed up and not others? Matt Doherty takes a closer look.
No justice! No peace!
To understand why or why not officers were charged, we're looking at the evidence presented to the grand jury. First, prosecutors say police identified themselves before entering the apartment.
Evidence shows that officers both knocked and announced their presence at the apartment. The warrant was not served as a no-knock warrant.
They say one neighbor confirmed this. Several others reportedly heard nothing. There is no police body camera video. Second, prosecutors say Breonna Taylor's boyfriend shot first and that officers fired back in self-defense.
Mr. Walker admitted that he fired 1 shot and was the first to shoot.
Prosecutors say Kenneth Walker was standing in a hallway with his gun drawn. They say Breonna Taylor was at his side. After Walker shot the policeman, prosecutors say the other officers opened fire.
Ms. Taylor obviously did deserve to die. It's very unfortunate. But I just don't see any grounds for bringing a homicide charge.
South Texas College of Law professor Kenneth Williams says with the evidence that's been presented, the grand jury made a reasonable decision. Officer Brett Hankison was charged today with 3 counts of wanton endangerment. Williams says the charges are based on the officer's allegedly indiscriminate gunfire. Prosecutors say some of Hankison's bullets went through the apartment wall, nearly hitting a next-door neighbor. For Breonna Taylor, if she was standing next to Williams when he fired the first shot, like prosecutors say,
then that would mean that they were acting in self-defense. They can't determine that his bullet actually did kill Ms. Taylor. And that's why he was not charged with any kind of homicide.
The case sounds similar to the botched Harding Street drug raid last year, where a couple was killed in their home by Houston police. Officer Gerald Goins is charged with 2 counts of murder. Professor Williams says the difference in that case is that officers allegedly lied to get a warrant. If police weren't there legally, it can't be self-defense.
If they falsified the information to obtain the warrant, that meant they had no right to be in the house.
Matt Doherty, KHU 11 News.